It's time. It's China buffet time. Time like a hurricane video. High gravity, big one. 8.1 alcohol. Malt liquor. Oh. Woo! With this, I got some budding. What is this? Chicken. Rotten meat. Rotten meat is so sweet. Rotten meat between your feet. I open this. This is how you open it. Rotten meat in a package. Mmm. The year of the whippoorwill. Fuck that piece of chicken meat. It's like my tooth. Tooth in common. I was gonna get some Pop Rocks. Totally forgot. The Year of the Whippoorwill. Let's check out, see what's on public radio. Well, why don't we do that? I'm waiting.
Hamas. Israel's conflicts with Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran have back decades, but have never been this active on all three fronts at the same time. Greg Myrie, NPR News.
The White House has announced new sanctions against Iran, and Pierre Shivaram has
Now what the
announced.
fuck's going
The
on?
Treasury Department has announced it's targeting Iran's drone, auto, and steel industries in its new sanctions. Certain individuals who are connected to Iran's military and drone program are also targeted. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby says the sanctions process is cumulative, so more could be coming that would impact Iran's military capabilities.
These are specifically targeted at their drone capability, and we'll keep the option open for any more that we need.
The United Kingdom also announced it would impose sanctions in the aftermath of Iran's attack. White House officials have said Iran's recent attack on Israel was unprecedented, but was largely unsuccessful. Tina Shivaram, NPR News, the White House.
Former President Donald Trump is back in court on charges he falsified business records in a scheme to keep details of a former extramarital affair from going public during his 2016 campaign. He has pleaded not guilty. The Dow is up slightly. You're listening to...
If Martha Stewart had to do prison time, Donald Trump's gonna have to too,
This is
motherfucker.
Wisconsin Public Radio News at 2:04. I'm Mallory Chang. An incumbent Green
You know what they say, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
He lost his re-election bid despite a recount confirming the results.
Fucking Trump, he's
That's
a
left
perfect
a vacancy on
motherfucker,
the
don't he?
council as the process
Nobody's
plays out.
perfect.
Joey Presley defeated incumbent Stephen Campbell by 16
Except Bill
votes.
Clinton.
A recount requested by Campbell confirmed that Presley had won, but Campbell has filed a motion in court seeking a recount by hand. He also has until Friday to formally appeal the recount results. Presley says it's disappointing
got some
his
Pop
team
Rocks.
does not currently have representation on the council.
Do you make love? Do you look in the mirror? Do you make love?
Council, and we will get that for people to see.
Campbell has declined to comment, and it's unclear if he plans to file an appeal. Madison is relaxing rules that allow homeowners to build smaller homes, often called granny flats or carriage houses, near an existing house.
Yeah.
For more than a decade, Madison has allowed accessory dwelling units on properties that already
awesome.
have a single-family or two-family home. Changes adopted unanimously by the Common
Awesome.
Council this week will allow those add-on homes to be built near a building that already has up to 8 housing units. A recent report from the Wisconsin Policy Forum found Wisconsin home prices are rising faster than incomes, and that disparity was especially steep in Greater Madison. This is WPR.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Fidelity Investments. A dedicated wealth advisor can help create a wealth plan for a full financial picture. More at fidelity.com/wealth. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. This is NPR.
Oh, Madtown.
Support for the world comes from Odoo. Odoo is an all-in-one business management platform designed to handle the unique needs of any company. More information at odoo.com/theworld. That's odoo.com/theworld.
This is The World. I'm Carolyn Bueller. Thanks for being
Bueller.
here. We begin today with Qatar. The small Gulf nation is playing a big role, mediating between Israel and Hamas in negotiations for a ceasefire and hostage release. So far, those talks have yielded little success.
All these warring
Politicians in
motherfuckers.
Washington have questioned Qatar's role and its relationship with Hamas.
Feels like high school again, but world high school.
Jassim Al-Thani says the country is in the process of a complete reevaluation of its role.
هذا يعني استدعى دولة قطر أن تقوم بعملية تقييم شامل.
He added that his country was a target of
Man kan
politicians trying to
också
sway
bara
political
säga,
opinion.
har du kritik?
For more on this, I turned to Charles Wilson,
Please,
who's a
more
senior fellow
hands.
with the Middle East Institute in Washington. I asked him what role Qatar has played so far.
There is no direct negotiations between Israel and Hamas. Qatar plays the mediating role here. They're essentially the middleman. At times, the Egyptians have also played, they play host to the political office of Hamas, and so most of the dialogue
This is the
has been
gap
done
over
in
here.
Doha,
The
in
clinic
Qatari
gap.
capital. But then
Must
through
be
that,
jumped.
they have established
Must be jumped, must be humped, must be crumped, must be lumped, must be pumped, must be mumped, must be jumped, must be
which
packed.
is largely different, but obviously on the ground in Gaza and engaged in the battles. And obviously, given the ferocity of the conflict, those lines have
And must be trumped.
to be open. That is
Used to play the spades when I was in county. This game called Spades. I'll probably be in county again by the end of the week. Get out on Monday.
So in Washington, there are folks saying that
This is what I do. County. Just do county. I don't feed you nothing in there. Except
the Hamas
liquor.
political office, that Qatar has an allegiance too much on one side of the conflict. There are allegations that, or statements made by certain individuals in the Republican Party that Qatar, until recently, was providing $30 million a month to Hamas. Now, on the latter, for example, that money was not going to Hamas. That money was going to construction and stabilization and education work in Gaza. And every single cent, every single dollar of those funds were going through Mossad. They were going through the Israeli intelligence service. And
learning stuff here on Mulliker fucking video about the world shithole we've gotten ourselves into. Why we keep doing that? Why can't people more be like Gracie in the vet or Emily Cobes or fucking Alexis Aldridge or the other chick?
To the Mossad chief in a way that no other regional country could ever compete with over the last 6 months. And their working relationship with the Israelis,
all the big apples,
is far closer than any government in the region, despite the tensions over the political issues. Their working relationship with the Israelis, and in fact, again, maybe Netanyahu has spoken about how much he has relied upon the Qataris to play that role in recent years.
Well, they're not doing a very good fucking job, are they?
The complaints and the statements being made by some here in the press.
So is Qatar fearful of this mediator role affecting its standing with Washington, given some of the comments about it not being impartial that are coming out?
I don't know if Qatar is necessarily fearful, but they're definitely sensitive to this. We saw this around the situation with the Taliban.
Everybody's so sensitive.
Again here. The Qataris have for a long time tried to play a role in foreign policy as being an actor that kind of knows everybody, has an open communication channel with everybody, and that therefore when there is a problem, when there is a crisis, the Qataris step in to try to play that mediating role. That is kind of their identity. The comments we heard from the Foreign Minister yesterday are, in my analysis at least, they're a protest, but the Qataris are not going to pull out of this role. They're the only ones who can play it. And the Americans continue to want them to play it. And so this is a protest more than anything.
I'm an American, but I'm also a migrant worker.
Out of this statement that it is reevaluating its role as mediator.
I assume they would like somebody from senior up within the Biden administration, including...
I mean, look at this. This is the sign of a migrant worker.
To come out at some point soon and make clear that Qatar has been, a constructive player, has been an important player, that there are no signs that the Qataris are doing anything to, stem these talks or push them in the wrong directions. I think they're essentially looking for a statement of some support.
Could any other country or group do what Qatar is doing as mediator between Hamas and Israel?
Probably.
The Egyptians have played a much lesser role in recent mediations over the last several months.
So, Hurricane, look at this beautiful can.
To sort of step in and play.
What we are, the 40 ounces around here. Never had them. I never had a 40 ounce of the 6.1 Hurricanes, I'm sure.
That the Qataris have demonstrated.
It's gotta be good in the hair glass. All these going back glasses, motherfuckers got it right.
Such an intensive.
Now all we need is Colt 45 to put malt liquor back on the fucking label.
And again, as far as the US government is concerned, not the Democratic Party, not the Republican Party, but the US government is concerned, there really
I'm
is
doing a
no
story on how that all
incentive to
happened.
cut
Who made the decision? Name names, places, times, dates.
Ahead this hour, personal stories from people
Stuff like that, because it's going to be part of big history when it comes to malt liquor. When malt liquor rules the world. I mean, it already is. But when it rules it even harder and bigger and more powerful, it becomes. It already is. It's like that concept of you get a little bit going, then a little bit bigger, a little bit, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, it's out of control. That's what malt liquor has always been like, and it might seem like it's out of control, but it is a scientific fact that it works every time. But it's got to say malt liquor on the label. Otherwise, you're just a motherfucker.
In a televised event, and said, "We no longer depend on anyone in the world." Venezuela's presidential election is scheduled. Meanwhile, millions of Venezuelans have fled their nation's economic and political crisis.
This guy.
Colombia has been the top destination, but that's changing as it becomes harder for Venezuelans to settle there. Now, humanitarian groups say many of them are heading to the U.S. border instead, where more than 300,000 Venezuelans arrived just last year.
300,000.
Story from Bogota.
Cripes.
Valentina Camacaro arrived in
And you think coming to America is going to be any better? Not unless you know how to skateboard.
But recently, the 21-year-old was at a dock in northern Colombia, getting ready to leave for the United States. After strapping on a life jacket, she boarded a speedboat that goes towards the Darien Gap, the dangerous jungle crossing that connects Colombia with Central America.
There's the eye gap. Shoot them all with your bed.
Without that,
It's about time.
getting a job that pays you decently.
That wind is cold.
Colombia has taken in almost 40% of the 7 million people who have left Venezuela.
Just listening to public radio and
Over the past 2 years, it's become harder for Venezuelan migrants and refugees to get Colombian residency. Many of those who failed to get legal status.
I don't get why 300,000 Venezuelans last year left Venezuela when they got to fucking Bogota. Now they're trying to come to America.
There's no way we're going back to Venezuela, says Claudia Perez.
I mean, how bad can it be?
Also hoping to catch a boat out of Colombia. I want a better life for my family, so I'll go for the American dream.
There's no American dream left for
In
nobody.
the first 2 months of this year, more than 46,000 Venezuelans crossed the Darien Gap. Humanitarian
The gap.
groups say that some
There's that word
governments
gap
and the
again.
administration of Colombian President Gustavo Petro have become partly responsible for this exodus across the jungle. Juan Papier is the Deputy Americas Director for Human Rights Watch.
Sadly, the issues of regularization and integration in Colombia appear to have taken a backseat. During the Petro administration, the efforts have been more limited, and the challenges in terms of integration are many.
There it is. Hurricane high gravity, 8.1, 25 ounce, big one. Fuck Trump. Fuck Putin. Fuck HUD. Those are the words. I'm out of here.